is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the home of the USC Trojans, the storied Los Angeles Coliseum. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Trojans will kick it away to start. And he's not going to take the touchback. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The give to Davis. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
And it wasn't lack of effort by the running back. He was trying. You could tell he fought one guy off, but another guy in his face right away, just trying to do something. The offensive line needs to do a better job keeping some guys off this guy. Come on, man. Take care of your running back.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Single back formation, and they give it to him. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And how about the defense setting the tone in this game? First drive, first mistake made for the offense. Nice job forcing the INT. And how about this? They had 3 last week. They're looking to get 3 again this week.
Split backs here. Might be changing the route. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Catch in the middle, it's Tatum. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And the Trojans want to crank the tempo. To the air on 2nd down. He'll take a shot. Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be 3rd down.
Oh, my gosh. How do you drop that throw? My guy is wide open. That had 6 written all over it.
The Trojans are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Fowler. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
Well, after getting that takeaway, this offense is... points, and that's a big completion there on 3rd down. Good job reading the coverage. The offense is going to stay on the field. They want to keep this momentum going, and that last completion, that was big.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the snap, it's Tatum. He'll toss it. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. As you watch how a season unfolds and you get off to a good start like these guys have in ACC play, that momentum can really be powerful.
Oh, 100%. The momentum, the confidence. Like, you go from starting the season and saying, we want to be great in these areas, and now you're starting to see it, starting to pile up some conference wins. Now, Jesse.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, USC! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese. You've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Give to the single back. Runs through the tackle and runs through another one. Running wide open down the gut of the field. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Florida State. He would not be denied.
Well, we see the home run on offense, but defensively, we've got to do a better job tackling. You've got to get hats to the football, and then you've got to bring the ball carrier down. Poor fundamentals, poor tackling help lead to that long touchdown.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Tennessee opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's building and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. Going to be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other figures to get a bounce when the new rankings come out, guys.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Sending the offense onto the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the...
He'll off one deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Back to pass. Grab behind the line. It's Tatum. Well, they made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out and you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on fourth down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
Love the play call on the RPO. That time the defender bites on the run fake, and that opens up the window for the slant coming in behind it. Nice job.
From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. The give to the back. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. To throw, it's Applewhite. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affected the football game.
He's going to have to throw for it. Makes the grab, and he will score. Touchdown Seminoles.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. The anticipation, the timing, to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless.
Fires the pass, intercepted. He'll try to take it back. Running inside the 20. He'll go out of bounds at the 4-yard line, and he almost had a pick six.
And how about this defense, man? You talk about providing a spark and some energy. They make the big interception. I think most importantly, Jesse, set their offense up in ridiculous field position.
And that's one thing this defense practices so much throughout the week, right? Is creating turnovers. They are so opportunistic on that side of the football. They've got athletes. They've got dudes that are dangerous once they get the ball in their hands. And you saw it right there on that tremendous return.
And you got to get locked into the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Looking for a man. It's Applewhite. Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football. And you saw that there on the incompletion.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Touchdown, Noles! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature and you find them, and they produce like this, you keep finding them.
And they did tack on the extra point. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for space. It's Tatum. Picks up the first down, still moving. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the legendary John McKay would be proud of the execution of the running game and picking up the first down.
The basic principles of the run game, right? The easy stuff, the boring stuff, not fancy, not loved. Everybody likes points and all that other, stuff that goes with it, but you got to get...
Oh, he's got some space. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground. He gets north fast.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. A run for the quarterback. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator because on first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on 3rd down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Grab near the marker. It's Jennings. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
Grab behind the line. It's Jennings. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. Direct snap. It's Tatum. He'll toss it. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Now, the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. They'll try to get the first through the air. And the throw and catch was good, but you got to do it in the field and play, and he couldn't quite keep that foot in bounds.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their heads. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the...
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Brought down at the 30 on the return, and this defense offense has set them up in scoring position.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution.
Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. Much of this Seminole foundation was built around great quarterback play, some legends at that position.
Some awesome guys that spread it around to elite playmakers, and just a great history at Florida State. They've been up and down in the recent history, but this team back in the day, man, Doak was rocking. Everybody wanted to be a Florida State Seminole.
Hey, man, if you're going to make plays like that on slant throws, you got to be able to make catches in traffic. Good, strong hands by the wide out there on the slant.
And the Noles can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass, it's Applewhite. Caught in the backfield, it's Davis. Can't get him to the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller's going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
And third down is money down. I got to have guys that come up big, and really nice job of understanding where am I on the field to make sure I keep that foot in bounds and get the big.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win it, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Makes the grab. It's Jennings.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times, those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times, good things happen.
He fires a bullet to the right. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
One of the things I love about this offense is they love to go for it on 4th down. And we've seen it early in this game already. I think you're going to see it again here. They've got supreme confidence in their offense to be able to go get it done. And you get the feeling this is a big-time play in this game. They're able to convert this one. The momentum is squarely on their side.
And despite going 0 for 2 on 4th down so far, they will stay aggressive and go for it here. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires to the tight end. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, dude.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. To the air, it's Applewhite. Flips it out on the screen. Breaks into the open. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Plays like that put just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use the great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the catch. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
The defense is able to finally stop this guy, but he has been on fire. We're only in the second quarter, and he has been absolutely lighting it up in this one. Nice job that time, defense, but you know this guy's going to get a lot more carries.
Got his man down the middle. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now, having given up multiple first downs on this drive. Somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
Send the tight end in motion. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward now, back to work on second and goal from the 6. They'll go with a direct snap. He made the first guy miss, but there were too many dudes coming to help, and they stopped him behind the line.
Man, that hurts because second down, you got everything in front of you, the whole playbook open. Now you get a lost yardage play. Now it's third down. Now it puts those feet to the fire a little bit more. Now you better come up with something you really love in this area of the field.
Looking to throw on third and goal. Looking to the end zone. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Quarterback making adjustments. From his end zone, needs to be careful here. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
Well, I always say this, when you're backed up on offense, those are some of the best opportunities to take deep shots. In all likelihood, the defense is expecting a run. You're going to try and buy yourself a little bit of real estate, so they're playing press man coverage, and that's when you want to take advantage of that coverage. But the defense doing a really good job on the back.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
There's probably a lot of people wondering right now, why do they keep throwing the football when they're backed up so much? But this is actually one of the best places on the field to do that, because the defense has to cover so much space, plus oftentimes they're in man coverage. So this is the time to take your shots. They took one there, took a chance deep. It wasn't open. It was incomplete. You got to be thinking on third down coming up now, they're probably going to throw it again.
And the Trojans will try to move the sticks on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
It's really early in the game right now, and if it's fourth and short, fourth and medium, maybe I see going for it, certainly, but fourth and long.
And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Flying down the left side. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Whoa, does he turn that loose down the middle. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans! Congratulations.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And here he comes out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. To the air, it's Applewhite. Pulls it in. It's Davis. There he goes. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
You want to talk about flipping the script. They just did that with a huge play, and now they've got it 1st and 10 in plus territory. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
And the Seminoles in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They've really got this offense humming. Just the 4th play of the drive, and it's 1st and goal. Snaps it in the shotgun. Got it behind the line. It's Davis. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and game tackled.
Try to put points on the board right before the half. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw, it's Applewhite. Looking to get it in. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Florida State.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Wants to adjust the pattern. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Catch inside the 30 and still running. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success, and so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
Running back searching for a hole. Turning it on. Inside the 40. Inside the 30. Past the 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Trojans. That his 40th career touchdown run.
This guy's had a lot of success throughout his career, but 40 touchdowns is something that's pretty commendable, David. He continues to challenge himself each and every game and every year to get better.
Yeah, just the consistency has been so impressive. The offense is built around him. Like, he's going to get the football, he's going to be featured, and still finds the end zone week after week.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Seminoles have it back, though, trying to get that offensive spear flaming. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's a big stop for the defense. That running back has had so much success. You're down in the football game. You need to get the ball back to your offense. You create a play like this. This will get the fires going, get the juices going. Now we got to go get a few more.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Makes the grab. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down. Nothing too surprising about seeing the Seminoles being productive in the passing game.
Man, we can think back, Reese, to so many great offenses for Florida State, whether it's Charlie Wood or Chris Weinke, whoever it is, the trigger man being really, really good is the start of a great Florida State team.
Rush is on him. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. The toss to the right. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Now, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Dropping back, it's Applewhite. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. Touchdown, Southern Cal! This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about the guy who caught that and returned it for the touchdown. But how about the pressure on the quarterback? You've got to get ways to be physical with him and make him uncomfortable. Nice job hitting him as he's throwing with the football. And then, obviously, the interception and 6 points.
Here he comes. This is a gamble. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Give to the running back. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking to fire. And that one's incomplete. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. To the air, it's Applewhite. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong, only called on twice in the victory last week. Excellent coverage that time, didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now, oh, he's got some space. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it.
And we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody opened downfield, but he just decided to take off.
Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. And nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
The Trojans are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Making side adjustments here. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Got him downfield. Touchdown, USC! And that one will give them the lead.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Old Dominion fell behind early, and it's been an uphill climb since. Thing is, this is a program that's worked the portal about as well as anyone. These kids are tough and could just find a way. They're trailing by just 4 to Nebraska. Just another week of football in the Sun Belt, guys, where we've come to expect the unexpected.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
some of that lost ground on second down. Looking for a man. It's Applewhite. Tosses it incomplete.
Man, how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the third quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position.
I'll tell you, man, analytics in college football now are changing the way coaches think about down and distances. And listen, I know there are probably some metrics out there that say you should go for it in that situation because the percentages are telling you you got a good shot at keeping the football and keeping...
Touchdown, Trojans! Great job by the back on the option.
The option play, the quarterback basically blocks the edge defender. So you watch the edge defender comes to him, and he commits to him, and then he pitches the ball to the running back, and the running back can do his thing, running the football all the way to the house. It's basically a block on the quarterback on the defensive play.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And here he comes out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 4. Going for the big play. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
They almost had another interception. Is everybody clear on who's wearing which color jerseys? And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Wants to throw. It's Applewhite. He wants to take the top off. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Things just not going as easy for this guy as they did his last game out. Last time he completed over 70% of his throws. This week, though, defense taking some throws away. They've made some plays. He just hasn't been quite spot on with his accuracy. He's going to have to play better.
3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got his man on the right. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 for the first down. You always hear run the route deep enough to get the first down, but if you don't, you better fight your way there, and he did.
Yeah, nice job. Listen, catch the football, understand 4th and short, the situation, and then go get that first down. Don't dilly-dally, don't try to make a home run play. Get past the sticks. Nice job of understanding that situation.
That's a really good-looking throw there. And I think about back in my day playing for the Gators, we were known as having this high-octane passing attack with Steve Spurrier, but every time we played the Seminoles and Chris Weinke, of course, would go on to win a Heisman Trophy, we knew that we were going to have to be executing at a high level. This guy right here, when he gets going and he gets into a groove, he just does not miss. He is able to light up the scoreboard for the Seminoles.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed in the middle, it's Gibson. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved him forward just a few. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Looking downfield, it's Applewhite. Zings it complete to the right. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
A really nice job by the quarterback putting some extra heat on that throw. As a defensive back, I'm going to drive to that curl, try to get there really quick to try to break up the pass, but when the QB puts it that hard on the money with that much accuracy, really hard route to defend.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Strong safety blitzes can sometimes be hard to see coming from a quarterback standpoint because we're used to seeing the strong safeties insert themselves into the box, but you don't oftentimes see them blitz like that. That can be tricky to watch.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Shoots it to the left. And he's thrown another interception. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
This is what can happen at times. You get the snowball effect. Everything going their way in the first half. Big lead going into halftime, but it's mistake after mistake on both sides of the ball. And that interception, David, compounds the problem.
And this defense has completely changed at the half. How about it, man? They've come out aggressive now, forcing a turnover. All the momentum on their side, and the offense gets the ball back.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. That's the end of the period, and USC has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They had a little extra time to dial something up this third down play. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Trying to escape and get it himself. He stopped short, and it's fourth down.
Well, the sack on the last play obviously put them behind the chains. He's doing everything he can on this scramble to try and go and get the first down, but got to give the defense tons of credit. Not only do you get the sack the previous play, but you're able to chase down a pretty athletic guy and now set up fourth.
Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. He's got great speed. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Dropping back, it's Applewhite. Got his man quickly. Breaks into the open. Ripping through the defense. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
The only way they were getting back in this game is if they did that. Great job. Huge explosive play by this offense. We need multiple scores. Got to keep the hammer down, but great job making the explosive.
The explosive play set the table. Now they got to serve the feast. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. The Seminoles have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Seminoles. Now you know why you do all of those squats, all of those deadlifts, extra time in the weight room.
No doubt. Get that lower body strength so you can just shed people off you. What a great job smelling the end zone and getting in.
The snap sets up the throw. Quickly complete. He's got a nose for that goal line. First he scored the touchdown. Now he makes his way in for the 2-point conversion. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Safe completion on the screen. Still on his feet at the 35. Across the 40 out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit him with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
Finds his man. It's Fowler. Good pick up there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48.
When you run your slant route and it's against man-to-man, one thing you know you're going to get is hit. When that wide receiver catches the football, slants don't open up wide open. Linebackers are going to be there, safeties are going to be there, so you got to be able to take that hit and hold on to that football.
He wants to change this route. Gonna look downfield again. That's reeled in. It's Fowler. There he goes. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
You know, it's interesting. At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball. And because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
And the Trojans will line it up on 1st and 10. Got room to work. Got enough for the first down and wants more. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. The Trojans looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Just going to keep it after the snap. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
Bring in the heat. And it's caught for a touchdown, and that might do it.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach, and that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
He's got it. 2-point try as good as they build on this lead. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. And he's going to bring this one out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped up to 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Back to throw, it's Applewhite. Snagged in the middle, it's Love. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Lining up from the 34 on first down. Looking downfield on first down. He's taking the deep shot. And a flag comes in as this one falls incomplete. Let's see what the call is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense set on first down. Snap in the shotgun. Here's a heat. Takes a shot as he lets it go. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Takes it the other way. He's inside the 40. The 20. And he's going to score on the interception.